Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Travel. And tonight I'm going to be sharing with you 5 places that deserve a spot on your travel bucket list. These are places that I just think are must-sees for most travelers, and I wanted to share them with you tonight. And I'm just going to dive right in, and we're going to just kind of rip through these 5 just iconic destinations that I think belong on pretty much everybody's travel list. First of all, Ireland. Ireland, oh, what can I say about Ireland? It is the destination that everyone falls in love with. The Emerald Isle is so much more than just a destination. It is a feeling, and it's just guaranteed that Ireland will capture your heart when you visit there. There are so many ways to approach a trip to Ireland. Um, all the options basically are on the table here, whether you're a self-drive independent type of traveler or prefer the safety and convenience of an escorted small group tour. They are wonderful in Ireland. We have 1 or 2 providers over there that we really love working with and get incredible feedback. They have charming, they have just amazing accommodations there, everything from 5-star luxury hotels to charming authentic bed and breakfast family run facilities where you really plug into the culture. We can just basically customize an incredible tour to just for any travel needs. So whatever but uh, just there's something for every kind of traveler as you go on the narrow roads and the highways and the byways. One of the ways that we recommend is possibly even a private car and driver. If that's your style, if you want to be able to focus on your destination and what you're seeing, I mean, those roads over in Ireland, they're not like our interstate highway system. They are full of twists and turns, and you are absolutely driving on the wrong side of the road over there. But one of the things that we really recommend when you stay over there, you must absolutely include at least 1 or 2 nights at one of the Ireland's famous castle hotels. Everyone should just have that experience once in your life. This is a famous shot here of Ashford Castle, one of the renowned hotel properties in the world. We also have Dromoland Castle, which is one of the famous ones there. Both of those are in our portfolio of fine accommodations in Ireland. So if Ireland is on your bucket list, and it should be, let's talk soon about your travel style and how we could customize a trip for you to the Emerald Isle. Second destination that I'm recommending that you put on your bucket list is Scotland. In fact, if you have a few more days that you could add on to that Ireland trip, why not make the airfare count double and just add a few extra days and explore Scotland as well with possibly one of the small group tours. This is again a destination where we have some amazing providers that we work with on the small group travel experience, and one of those here. Let me show you. This is Ireland. I'm sorry, but one of those that I wanted to show you here is just this one is a whiskey tour. This has begins and ends in Edinburgh and takes you over to the Whiskey Coast, where you will explore distilleries and tours and tastings, discover which of those particular whiskeys will be your personal favorites. We also have one called the Castle, the Scotland Castle experience, which is an amazing 6-day exploration of the castles of Scotland. Now, doesn't that just grab your imaginations? If you're into the castles, this would be just an incredible option for you. I can't think really of a better way to uh, just explore Scotland than by focusing on those medieval castles that the countryside is so famous for. By the way, these last couple of images are from a recent traveler that we had who did one of our small group tours with one of our providers just a couple of years ago before the pandemic started. They had an incredible trip. Just could not say enough about their travel experience in Scotland with Celtic tours. Now, another destination that needs to be on your bucket list, if it's not already, is Alaska. Alaska is just now. So often people tend to think that Alaska is just frigid, frozen landscape, bare tundra, and really nothing could be further from the truth. In the summer months, in June and July, it's not unusual, particularly on the inland areas, for temperatures to climb into their 80s. That would be like in mid to late June into July. And folks, when you go, be sure you want to do the land tour, not just the cruise. Now, the cruise is definitely the way to explore the coast. There's so much of the coast of Alaska that is just inaccessible any other way. By sea or by air are the only ways to access certain areas of Alaska. But you definitely want to do that cruise. The experiences that you have when you do that land tour are just absolutely amazing. You have so much the interior that you see. Denali offers over 6 million acres of protected wilderness and an incredible array of wildlife. You have the grizzlies, the brown bears, caribou, Dall sheep, that elusive wolf. You have to get very lucky to spot one of those. Fairbanks and Anchorage are definitely worth a day or two each. So if you have done, even if you've done Alaska before and you have not yet done the interior, I recommend that you do it again. Get that experience. My goodness, that domed train, the glass domed train from Anchorage onto Denali and then into Fairbanks. It is just unforgettable. That is just an experience that you're going to talk about for the rest of your life. So even if you've done Alaska once, do it again and add that interior. You will be so glad that you did. And there are many ways. You do not have, even if you're not a cruiser, there are many ways to do that coast on small ships. Uncruise Adventures is one of our favorite providers for that kind of experience. And then you have the small luxury ships like Regent Seven Seas and Seabourn Crystal that offer the ability to see the coast without getting on one of the major big cruise ship, or if you don't care for that, the ocean going vessels with the large capacity, one of the small ships might be right up your alley. How about if you visit Alaska, adding a few days, or if you're a sports fisherman or fisherwoman, add a few days at one of the fabulous fishing lodges up there. Alaska offers incredible fishing, both freshwater and saltwater. We recommend Dove Island Lodge just out of Sitka if you are into that experience. It is a fabulous lodge. It is definitely a 5-star experience. It's they really roll out the red carpet. You are not roughing it at Dove Island Lodge, and you are going to have world-class cuisine and just fabulous interactions. The hosts there are amazing and warmly welcome you. So if you're a sports person, a sportsman, you like to fish, whether you do that as part of a cruise tour, add on a few days, but do enjoy that experience. You'll come home with a huge catch of fish. It's just phenomenal up there. Destination number 3, and this is one that I can talk about again from personal experience. It is one of those places that just lives on forever if you have ever done it. You feel like you have landed on another planet when you do an Amazon River Basin trip. Most of these are small cruise ships. It's just a perfect destination, whether you are a lifetime learner, an active adventurer, um, you just you're going to learn about the meeting of the waters if you haven't heard about that. It's just a phenomenon that's unique to the Amazon basin, where the Amazon and the other tributaries come together, and the rivers take for miles to actually integrate with each other, and you have just an incredible experience that you can visually see the two rivers beginning to integrate together with what's known as the meeting of the waters. Um, you can fish for piranha. I've actually done this. Uh, it is amazing. This fish is absolutely delicious. It is everything that you think of when you talk about piranhas, and how voracious they are and how sharp the teeth. The teeth really are like razors. Uh, the contrasts that you experience there, um, as you sail the Amazon, you have modern, bustling, contemporary cities right up against just a few miles away, remote native fishing villages along the banks. And the river really is the highway. It is a way of life. It is so different from anything we've experienced. I could talk about this forever. Oh, and the wildlife. My goodness, the array of wildlife that exists in the Amazon River Basin is nothing short of amazing. I love sloths, and you see the sloths hanging in the tree. The elusive pink dolphin, I actually did. They're very shy, and unlike our gregarious dolphins that we're accustomed to seeing around in the Caribbean, these are very shy type animals. And I was fortunate enough to get I mean, it was just a 2-second glimpse, but I did get to see just a. You have jaguars, you have monkeys, anacondas, capybaras. Uh, it really takes a cultural exploration to an entirely new level when you visit the Amazon River Basin. We can make that happen. Whatever your travel style, let's talk about that, and we can see that you get there. And finally, I want to wrap up with Croatia. Oh my goodness, what can I say about Croatia except to tell you that it is positively a magical destination. I recently had the opportunity to travel as a guest of iWorld Travel, um, and we explored this amazing country. Now, folks, Croatia was not even on my bucket list, but I fell in love with this incredible country. I guarantee you, when you travel to Croatia, it is going to steal your heart. As you can see, this is Korčula, one of our stops along the coast as we traveled along. Uh, I mean, these medieval villages date back to the days of the Roman Empire, and this destination is so rich in history, in culture, in charm, beauty. It is simply not to be missed. Now, if you are, if you're a history buff, if you're a photographer, if you are a lifetime learner, an active adventurer, oh, and foodies. This destination, it just blew me away because I had no idea that Croatia was a world-class destination for amazing cuisine. Um, we're going to be talking more about Croatia in a couple of coming interviews. So I'm not going to spoil it all, but you can have some of the best meals that you will ever eat in your life here. This was an appetizer board served to our group in Zagreb as we visited and it's a delightful restaurant on the square where we dined that evening called Johann Frank's. Just a charming restaurant, and the food was amazing, amazing. I didn't have any idea that I liked prosciutto because I didn't like what I had eaten previously here in the U.S. But over there, it just, I mean, it's a delicacy. It takes it to a whole new level. It's served very, everywhere there, and the cheeses. Uh, Folks, it was just nothing short of amazing, and it blew me away. It was so unexpected. I did not expect. Oh, and I want to tell you, I just came back. I didn't know there was much of a difference between olive oils until I got over there, and had the privilege of eating their olive oil on a daily basis. And I have to warn you folks, I came home, I just am addicted. I have had to order Croatian olive oil online because I just can't settle for what I've been getting at the stores any longer. It's just that good. Um, but anyway, this is Cortula. I just want to tell you one thing that you need to know about visiting Croatia. It helps greatly if you do have a moderate degree of fitness, as there are many steps, steep hills, and cobblestones. Plus, there's so many. There are fabulous national parks with hiking and waterfalls and trails and things. And if you are just moderately fit, you are going to be able to explore some of the most amazing outdoor opportunities along your way as you peruse this fabulous destination. So, folks, there you have it. These are my recommendations for your trip to Croatia, to visit here to Croatia, to Alaska, Ireland, Scotland, and the Amazon Basin. Those are the 5 destinations that I think should be added to most travelers' bucket list. Contact us for more information. We deal with all destinations. We can help you with planning and the definitely these days you do want to have somebody advising you for your travels, your international travels, because there are COVID requirements that change with with amazing frequency. So what's true today may not be true tomorrow, or even sometimes this afternoon. So you do want to have a good travel advisor on hand and helping you with your trip planning. We do all destinations. Pat Hand at Dancing Moon Travel, where we choreograph dreams. Until next time, bye everybody.